Hey Rum friends, welcome back. Saturday the 9th of December. Great night last night. Doing my second kind of cocktail masterclass with Cambridge Wines, Royston, over in Royston, quite local to me. Fantastic. Thank anyone watching this. Thank you so much for coming along. Great night that was. Little poll for you today. I put this blue shirt back on, but this one, you know, is still there. Which one? Well, I don't know. It's the old school blue shirt or the sort of new school. We might. I've got something in plan for 2024, like an apron or something like that. But who knows? Anyway, let's crack on. I like doing these sort of videos. They're really good fun. Right. What have we got today? Brandy or rum? It's got to be rum now. It's got to be. We've got to have a whole glut of rums now. So, come on, fat fingers. There we go. I know what that is. It's a brandy. We must be getting close to the end, but I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully the little numbers will be on the front there. Can you see how old that little beast is? Now this is quite comical because this is now day 9 and I've had 5 brandies and 4 rums. But as we've got 24 days, 24 of these to open, but as I only added 7, I think it was 7 in the first place, you know, we're pretty much on the last leg of the brandy. So we're going to have a whole run of rums. Now, I've never had this. I have had a Delord. These are Armagnacs, by the way, Armagnacs. And the difference, the very loose difference between that, you know, people get the bee in their bonnet about cognac being the best. Maybe 20 years ago, maybe it was all about cognacs, but this is why I like the term brandy, because if you make brandy outside of the region of cognac and outside of the region of Armagnac, it's brandy. And that doesn't mean to say it's any lesser quality. It just means it's not within the borders of cognac or the borders of Armagnac. Now, Armagnac does have a very different distilling method to cognac. So, you know, they have got different flavour profiles, and it's a rabbit hole that I'm quite open to go down, to be honest. I'm kind of, you know, I'm intrigued. Again, I will link to that poll that I've put on my community profile on here of whether you guys would like to see me go down a brandy rabbit hole on a new channel. I'm kind of intrigued about that. There's not much search traffic. There's not much interesting brandy as a general, and we are producing brandy here in the UK, some phenomenal cider brandy as well. US, Spain, Greece, you know, you could probably put pisco in that as well, Chilean, Peruvian pisco, you know, they're all brandy. So I'm kind of intrigued. I do love brandy as a collective. Anyway, let's get this in the glass and give you the price, £76. That's how much we would pay in the UK, so £76. That translates to 96 US dollars. 88 euros, 145 Australian dollars, and 130 Canadian dollars. Now, if this has made it to the US, I would pretty much assume that actually we are cheaper, because that's how things would work. Yes, we have tax and all that, but you know, we're on the doorstep, and I've seen prices of like Hennessy and stuff like that, and actually sometimes we are quite cheap on Hennessy compared to what people pay in the US. Now, there's a couple of things here. 25-year-old. I would, if that was a 25-year-old rum, there is no way in the world I would have put that in my basket. Not a chance. And that's what I've said in previous videos. You know, my palate is against longer aged rums because they are typically aged in ex-whiskey casks. So you get all that, and I don't like whiskey, so you get all that sort of, for me personally, nasty whiskey-ish vibes coming off there. It imparts too much and becomes wet and soggy and horrible. Whereas brandies, Armagnacs, cognacs are very different aging. It's all about like French oak, not whiskey casks or anything like that. French limousine casks oak. So it's a very different aging profile. And for me personally, something when I come to neat sipping spirits, I enjoy a lot more. So I go the other way with rum. I like younger rums that don't have a huge amount of age into them, a huge amount of ex-whiskey vibes going on. But when it comes to maturing brandies, cognacs, Armagnacs, Calvados, you know, Spanish brandies and all that, there are some phenomenal longer age stuff. So that's where my palate sort of sits. Right, let's get this up warm it up very slightly. Just want to do now, I have got a little bit of information on there, direct from Master of Malt on their website. Again, I'll just say thank you to Master of Malt. They let me pick my own box, build my own box. So this is all thanks to Master of Malt this month. So great varieties that have gone into this. Remember, to dumb brandy right down, it's basically distilled wine. It's what it is. I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I do love, distilled wine and that sort of stuff. So 4 great varieties: Uni Blanc, Colombard, Baku, and Folie Blanche. And they are the great varieties that have gone in there. They've been sort of juiced and then distilled and then aged for 25 years. I think does it say the type of barrel? No. Delord 25-year-old has received 5-star reviews from both the Wine Enthusiast magazine, I can't talk now, Spirit Journal, and was awarded the Chairman's Trophy top prize at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge in 2011. All right. So, right. Holy moly. Oh, wow. That is fruity. Wow, what's that? So this is intriguing. I get a pear vibe of this. I get a well-refined... I tell you what this reminds me of. Not a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc like gooseberry or anything like this. It's like maybe a Chilean Sauvignon Blanc, where I do get those more juicy pear vibes coming off there, but concentrated. This, at first smell, I know it's not, but at first smell, I would put this down as like a Poire William, something like this, a pear brandy. But it's definitely not, because it's Armagnac. And these, when Armagnac is like cognac, are very strict with how things are distilled and produced. There's definitely a honeyed vibe going on with this, like a honeyed. I'm going to honey paired, but honey. There's other fruit coming off this as well. I can't pick it. Just on face value on the aroma at £76. I don't know how it's going to taste yet, but it's £76. I'm smelling that thinking that is my pick all day long. That smells like a fantastic quality at a ridiculously cheap price. But anyway, it's all about the tasting, so let's dive in. Interesting. It doesn't, I'm going to have come back to that. It doesn't taste how it smells. For me, that probably has gone too far in aging. Not much. I still think 12-year-old rums, even some 10-year-old rums that I've had, but some 12-year-old rums have got more prickly barrel spice than what that has. There's a little bit of barrel spice on there, not heavily. It's on that border of whether I kind of, is it too much for me to enjoy? Is it not too much? 25 years. Oh, that's interesting. Let's have another one. My first drink of the day. So, not that I'm an alcoholic or anything like that. I'd say now my palate is acclimatized, it's a lot softer than what it was. That first initial hit was probably too much. Actually, now it's actually a lot softer and a lot more enjoyable. I don't get as much fruit off that. At the moment, I am preferring that Camus, how Borderies XO. Obviously, £190 a bowl. So we've got to get that. I think, this is quite cheap in the grand scheme of things. I'm not... He says £76. I'm not 100% sold on this. The aroma is absolutely to die for. If I could get a cognac that's tasted how that smells, probably more like a really, really kind of aged Poire William. That's probably what I'm wanting, or a Calvados. That'll be on there. I think this is a touch too far for me, if I'm being honest. It's a lovely... Would I pick this? Right, here we go. For me, would I pick this over Plantation XO, the Havana Cuban Barrel Proof up there, ignoring the 11-year-old, because I know that was a special release. So the Cuban Barrel Proof that many people could get around the world. What did I say? Plantation XO, Bacardi 10, what other sort of mass market RL seals? I'm putting it... It'd be touch and go whether I go for one of those or this as a neat sipper. Whereas the ones I've had previously, Cavazier XO, the Camus definitely for 190 quid. You know, the Calvados, sort of William Calvados blend that we had, I'm grabbing those before I'm grabbing anything I've just mentioned for Rum World that I'm sipping neat. This one is delicious. This is going to have a lot of fans, and I think that is absolute quality for 76. I've got it there, £76, 96 Australian dollars. I think that's a quality thing. I need to go down more of a brandy rabbit hole before I say yay or nay on that. That's a split decision from me. I taste the quality. I appreciate the quality. 25 years old, stunning. It's just a little bit too much of an oak finish to it. That's how I'm going to leave that. But if you want to get into expensive, high-aged, neat sipping brandies, then that Armagnac from Delord, I think, is a good shout.